Hey Pisces, welcome to your reading. My name's Justin. I'm an intuitive tarot reader. I apologize if my audio is not great. I'm just kind of jumping into this because I have a chance to record right now. And my mic's dead, so hopefully this is okay. So this is going to be a reading for the next 3 months, September to November. Um, Something to remember is that Pluto is re-entering Capricorn at this time, and it'll be leaving Capricorn on November 19th. So you could be letting go of routines, patterns, old things that have really stuck with you since 2008. So possibly addictions, stuff like that. So just something to be mindful of over these next 3 months. And then before I was getting ready to record, I was taking a shower, just kind of meditating and thinking of ideas for Pisces energy. And two things came up, just kind of two messages. One was I've been doing EMDR for like the last 5, 6 months now. And the other day I was um, kind of wasn't allowing myself to feel complete with a memory because I felt like I was rushing through it. But then my therapist reminded me that I've been working on stuff for like almost 5, 6 months now. So really, and I've just only recently gotten into. Sorry, I was distracted with my cat or my roommate's cat. But so I've only recently, within the last couple, or actually this last session, gotten into my more recent memories, and I've been working on it for 5 or 6 months. So this idea that I feel like I'm rushing through memories really isn't true. So just being patient with yourself, I feel like, is a message. You might feel like you're rushing through things and you're not seeing the progress that you're making and how long things really are taking. But just kind of stepping back and looking at things from a bigger picture could be helpful. And then the other thing was the idea of kind of stepping away from like rebelling essentially and jumping on opportunity. So, according to numerology and my birthday, I kind of embody the rebel archetype, which I resonate with quite a bit because that can kind of be a go-to pattern for me. But as I've been kind of looking into the North Node, which I'll be doing a series on that soon, so look out for that if you subscribe. So the North Node has to do with your life purpose, essentially. It's kind of like your North Star. It's a direction that you're naturally being called to pursue. There's like life lessons and just lessons in general, soul lessons that are associated with whatever sign your North Node happens to be in. So mine's in Aquarius, which happens to deal with like humanitarianism is like the main theme, kind of stepping away from being about yourself and kind of looking to help the collective and be a part of the collective happiness. So part of the reason I'm bringing this up is because with the idea of stepping away from rebellious nature, so when I happen to like get a chance to shoot a video or whatever, I've been struggling in the past of being like, oh well, just because I have the chance to do it doesn't mean I want to do it right now. So I might not do it, I'll do it when I please. So just kind of getting away from that mentality and actually jumping on the opportunity to do it, I feel like is helpful and has been helpful these last few days. So it's just something to keep in mind. Being willing to jump on opportunities despite any negative like self-talk you might have about things and kind of just letting go of thought patterns that aren't serving you. So I'm going to pull two different oracle cards that will kind of be themes going on for the next few months. Just things to keep in mind over these next few months. So inner power, which has to do with the strength card, naturally. This is also the year of the strength archetype because it is the numerology 2024 is an 8, which is associated with the strength card. So this whole year really could be a year for you to really step into your inner power, your inner strength, and that might really be coming to your attention over these next few months. And just realizing you have the courage and the power to do what must be done. So maybe this kind of goes with getting away from maybe procrastinating by these like rebellious thoughts and stepping into the courage it takes to step into your power and get things done and express yourself authentically. And then heart, you allow love to lead. So just realizing you are worthy of love and that you let love kind of lead your interactions and your motives and your daily activities, just kind of leading with your heart. So I'll read this. It says, "Change me, divine beloved, into one who can allow love to lead my life. May I offer myself completely to the highest so all may occur as needed. Grant me peace and contentment wherever I am. Use me for the greatest good." So yeah, just kind of using your own inner authenticity for the greater good of the collective. I feel everyone has something to offer the world, and just kind of stepping into that and realizing what that is, and realizing that you have something to offer could be super helpful over these next few months. So I'm going to pull from 3 different tarot decks for each month. So I'll do the Rider-Waite deck for the month of September and the recent past. So what is going on with Pisces and what will be happening for the rest of this month? So you could have recently had a change in position. So this could be like just like a change in your relationships, a change in how you're perceived, a change in your view on the world. It could be a lot of different things, but the main idea is a change in position. So a judgment could have been made on you. You could have had a judgment about the world, and your realization about the world. And then this could be leading to anxiety in your mental space or just things that are keeping you up. It could have been, or you could be having restless nights. I know I've kind of been struggling with that myself, but it really just depends on my sleep pattern and napping during the day, which isn't really good for me specifically. But for the rest of September, you could be holding on to stability in finances. You could be conserving, you could be working, and just conserving your resources. That could be like the main theme for the rest of September for you. And maybe this anxiety has to do with money or just finances in general. And this could also be what this change of position has to do with. Could have recently had something going on with your work life. And then, yeah, you got the Knight of Pentacles in your heart space, which shows that you are focused on finances and making steady progress. So with the Four of Pentacles in your main energy for the month, I think you'll just be really focused on your financial sector in life and making progress with that. So let's see what's going to go on in October for you. Spirit, will they have progress with these finances? What's going to happen for Pisces in October? So I feel like this fourth card that came out is the Emperor, which you will, I think, is confirmation that you will kind of get more security and be able to build structure and discipline, and you will be able to start to have more security in your life. And then it looks like in your mind space, your focus is going to shift to a new connection or just connections in general. You might be focusing more on your home life and your connections at home. I know October is obviously Halloween, so this is a time for family to get together and just really bond and spend time together. So that could be more of your focus in your mind space for the month of October. And then for your main energy, you have Temperance, which is all about balance and matching your internal world with your external world. So having your internal values match your external actions. And you could also be cooking and just focusing on your health a little bit, maybe making like herbal remedies or potions or stuff like that. And then in your heart space, you have Justice. So you could be feeling more balanced in your heart space. You could feel like you gained justice, and this is what allowed you to step into this Emperor energy. So something could happen in your heart space where you feel like you got the justice you deserved. So that looks good for October. That is definitely encouraging. I'm super excited for Halloween and just fall in general. I have some plans, but I'll definitely be dressing up. Let me know if you're planning on dressing up in the comments. That'd be cool. Love to hear about stuff like that. I don't think you're ever too old to be dressing up, so anyone who says that needs to get in touch with their inner child, in my opinion. So for November, Spirit, what is going to be going on for Pisces? Four cards again. So again, we got the Ace of Cups. So you are going to be continuing. I feel like you're going to be continuing to be focusing on your relationships with others. You could also be really focused on a new connection or bringing a new spark to a connection that you already have, and just kind of working on your mental space and what you need to do to allow that connection to overflow with joy. And then in November, it looks like you will, the main energy you're going to have is the Four of Swords, which is like resting, withdrawing, and kind of just focusing on your inner peace with the knowledge that those you care for are still there and they're not going anywhere and there's no need to stress. So you might be letting go of these stresses or stressors that you had in your mind space in September. So I think that's very positive. And then you might be in your heart space, you might feel like you are in a place where you can actually give, because you're in a place of stability, which is something you've been working on. So you feel like you can give and receive. And just this idea that giving and receiving, that balance is important in life. And what goes around comes around. What you give, you will receive. Just that idea. And then Knight of Cups for your main energy for the month. So you'll be making progress with some kind of connection, I feel like. Cups is kind of a slower moving energy, but it's more thought out, more methodical, something you really hold dear to your heart. So I think you will be making progress in the right direction and you will be coming into this relationship or your relationships in general with a more stable, empowered position. And then I am just going to ask Spirit what self-care practice you could incorporate over these next few months. What self-care practice would be most beneficial or would be beneficial for Pisces to incorporate? So spending time with animals. I don't know if you saw Rufio, my cat, or my roommate's cat, but it's basically my cat. I take care of him. So he pretty much hangs out with me all the time. So spending time with animals can be really good for us. It's kind of that unconditional love, and it allows us a space to be our true selves around somebody. I think this can be a good practice for allowing yourself to be your true self around those you care about too, and just people in general, and just kind of thinking about how you behave around animals and if you're comfortable behaving that same way or just being yourself in that same way around other people. I think a lot of times I feel like we can't be for whatever reasons, but I think when we actually allow ourselves the opportunity and the courage to be ourselves around people, we gain that inner power and realize that we totally can be ourselves. So I think that is something to keep in mind. So yeah, I hope you gained some value from that, Pisces, and I will see you next month in your October reading. Take care.